On August 25, 1916, President Woodrow Wilson signed the act creating the National Park Service, a new federal bureau in the Department of the Interior. On the 100th anniversary of this historic act, we would like to show you just a little piece of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park here in Tennessee. Come with us now as we invite you to explore Cades Cove.
My name is Mike Maslona. I'm a supervisory park ranger in Great Smoky Mountains National Park in the Cades Cove District. Over 700 people lived in Cades Cove at its peak, over 100 different families. The European white settler of the 1820s, the Cherokee Indians occupied this area as hunting ground even before them. This was an agrarian economy, so they grew corn, wheat, tobacco. There were 5 roads in and out of Cades Cove that led to the more developed towns like Tuckaleechee Cove, which is now Townsend, and of course Knoxville, which had that major Tennessee River floating through it. So that was a major commerce area. People will see representative sampling of that settlement period here in Cades Cove. In fact, we harbor the oldest historic structure in the park, the John Oliver cabin built in the 1820s. Yeah, Elijah Oliver, his son, built a cabin in 1868. It's interesting to see John's cabin in the 1820s and then Elijah's in 1868 and the difference in the structures. So people can go and walk through them, walk through the churches and around the cemeteries and see how people used to live in the park, the Appalachian community, and how closely knit and tied they were together during that period. Cable mill, that's a operating grist mill for demonstration purposes only. That structure was on site. That's the exact location of where the mill was located. I mean, there was many mills as there were churches back then. I mean, everybody, community had at least one mill. That was extremely important to grind corn, wheat. We got corn sheds, we got meat houses, we got barns, both the regular drive-through barns and the very unique cantilever barns, which are a very unique design that was brought here from German and Scotch-Irish immigration, and they were very functional type barns that are only found mostly in East Tennessee and Western North Carolina and some of the Virginia areas. We have Abrams Falls here in Cades Cove. It is a 2.5 mile walk in and a 2.5 mile walk out, and we consider it moderate by park standards. Sometimes people come here from the other district where Laurel Falls is at and assume that it's a similar type trail, and it is not. Over twice as long, going from easy to, again, moderate. Park is known for its biological diversity. I mean, from fungus to moss to insects to aquatic invertebrates to mammals, birds, reptiles. We have a lot of biological diversity here in the park. A lot of diverse habitats, which brings about a lot of diverse wildlife. We have birds of prey and raptors, especially at night, that you can see owls and harrier hawks and stuff. We have over 30 different species of salamanders here in the park. Including the red-cheeked salamander, which is mostly at higher elevations, but that's the only salamander of that species found anywhere. That's found here in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And of course you have your mammals. We have a white-tailed deer, which is very commonly seen. Largest flying bird in North America, the turkey. Coyotes, river otters, and I guess I can't neglect that big black furry creature called the black bear. We have over 1,600 black bears in the whole park. I think more are seen in Cades Cove than any other area of the park. Not because necessarily there are more here, but because of the open nature, the fields and the meadows. People see them from 50, 100, 200 yards away. So we have a large black bear seen here in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. That's part of our challenge as park rangers, is to let people enjoy all the mammals in the park, all those megafauna, but at the same time they need to be safe. You can't feed, you can't touch, you can't disturb. They are wild animals. Enjoy them at a distance. We're in one of the busiest visitation districts in the whole park. We get 2 to 2.5 million visitors. I almost hit a record last year with 11 million, so it's quite a busy place. It's the most busiest national park in the United States. National Park Service this year is celebrating its 100th anniversary. So it's a neat opportunity to visit parks this year. I work in the Resource Education Division, so our job is dealing with the visitors, orienting them to the park, informing them on what's here, educating them through our ranger-led programs. I like to say we like the EIEIO visitors. Educate them, inform them, enlighten them, orient them, and instill an appreciation on this place and other national parks. Prescribed fires are extremely important in a lot of national parks and natural areas, including Forest Service lands surrounding the park. Recycles nutrients, invigorates growth. Those fields will be green in a month. You won't even tell there was a fire there. The most important thing fires do in Cades Cove, it helps us keep it in that meadow state. If we did not use fire as a management tool, forest succession would take over and Cades Cove would completely close in. So we're required to keep Cades Cove in an open historic zone. Climate change is important, and the Park Service believes climate change is happening. We try to educate people on climate change, what they can do at home to conserve energy, from drippy faucets to lights to LEDs. It not only helps their wallet, but it helps natural areas as well. I mean, we had air pollution, air quality problems here in this park. Through regulation and working closely with power plants in the area, putting scrubbers on, etc., the air quality in East Tennessee has gotten significantly better.
After spending a week in these Great Smoky Mountains, one thing seems clear. If we want to have places like these to bring our children, to teach them of the way people coexisted with nature, perhaps that will inspire them to bring our culture back to an equilibrium with our planet. Hopefully, people will continue to discover and explore Cades Cove for generations to come.